Hey there, Pauper fans, Bryant Cook, and today we are playing Zubera Storm. This list is a little bit different from the one that I uploaded previously. I've taken a break from the deck for a little bit. I went on a really bad losing streak with it, and then someone in the Storm Discord, and fun fact, you can find that link in the description below, had a pretty good idea that I wanted to try out. What if we didn't play Cabal Ritual and instead played Lotus Petal, a card that we've been trying to cram into this deck ever since I started playing it? And their thought process was that Cabal Ritual at best is a bad Desperate Ritual in this deck for the most part. Yes, you can have Threshold that will make more mana, but by the time that you have Threshold, you're already winning the game. So why not just run Lotus Petal, which can also color fix and is good mid combo as well. So you can play a turn 1 Floating-Dream Zubera more often, and you get to play splash color, so you'll see this forest in the sideboard that you can get with your Evolving Wilds, but that allows you to run Weather the Storm pretty easily. And the Lotus Petal helps support this plan against the various burn decks in the format, so I'm pretty interested in that. So Lotus Petal is really the new thing today. We're back to playing Village Rites, and I'm pretty excited about that. The last few times that I've played it, I've missed not having the Village, or I've missed having Village Rites in the deck. So I'm glad that's back as a bad version of Deadly Dispute. Which also fixes your colors, by the way, due to making a treasure. If you're unfamiliar with how this deck works, the idea is that we want to get Floating-Dream Zubera into play. So you can naturally draw it, or you can shred memory to transmute to go find the Floating-Dream Zubera. After that, you have a sacrifice outlet such as Viscera Seer or Bloodthrown Vampire. You sacrifice the Floating-Dream Zubera, you draw a card. Well, if you use Undying effects like Undying Malice or Supernatural Stamina, the Floating-Dream Zubera will come back. So when this dies, you can put the trigger on the stack and then sacrifice it again, and then draw 4 cards instead of drawing 1 then 2. So there are some cool tricks you can do with this deck, but that's basically the idea. You draw a whole bunch of cards with Floating-Dream Zubera, and then eventually you win the game with Ember-Fist Zubera after you've drawn pretty much your entire deck. So that's how it works. That's what we're looking to do today. No Storm cards in this deck aside from Weather the Storm in the sideboard, but it's still a Stormy deck. That's what I've got. Any questions, whatever, put those down below. I'm just going to hop on into match number 1. Hope to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. That said, there's no better way of showing your support than becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks, and we get to keep making combo content. The perks get better and better each level you go up. They also stack. To start off, with our Storm fan tier, you unlock our private members section of our Discord, which comes with a highlighted user profile and then some awesome badges and emotes for YouTube. Looking for sideboard help? Become a Stormtrooper, our middle tier, for 2 sideboard guides of your deck choice every single month, on top of 50% off donation decks. Did we mention you also get 10% off merchandise from our shop? With our top tier, the Combo Cabal, you get a free donation deck every single month, 15% off merchandise from our shop, early access to private deck lists, and the most valuable perk in my opinion, videos early. That's right, you heard it, early access to all videos. But maybe sweet perk, secret deck list, early access to videos isn't for you, but you'd still like to show your appreciation. Make sure to check out theepicstorm.com/shop for card singles and Storm swag. Please don't forget to use your membership discounts. Finally, if you want to see your combo deck here on this very YouTube channel, make sure to visit theepicstorm.com/donation decks, where all you have to do is attach your TXT file and pick a donation tier. With our Epic tier, you can even join me in a video to showcase your bold brew in person and explain the ins and outs of your strategy. Card availability won't be an issue due to our new sponsor, Card Hoarder. With Card Hoarder, renting is super easy. If you're looking to get into Magic Online, there isn't a better, more affordable solution than Card Hoarder. Fun fact, you can rent the Epic Storm for 7 tickets a week, which is just a great deal. There are many ways you can support us. Just pick whatever is best for you. In the meantime, let's play some Magic. We're on the play. Let's get it. All right, match number 1. This is probably fine. Alright, both players have kept 7. We will play a turn 1 Viscera Seer. My plan, at least right now, is to sacrifice this Viscera Seer to the Deadly Dispute. That could always change, but that's what I'm thinking. Mountain. Okay. Draw. Another Deadly Dispute. Let's get in there for one. Hiya. Pass the turn. So no burn spell on the end step. Okay. So it could be red, black, burn, or it could be the Goblin combo deck. We're going to cast Deadly Dispute to draw 2 cards, make a treasure. Picked up a Village Rites draw. Play Dismal Backwater, will gain a life. Fun thing about Deadly Dispute is you can sacrifice an artifact. So we don't have to sacrifice these spare Viscera Seers. Alright, no burn spell again. You're a mid-range deck? Really? So they're just on Jund? For red-green ramp with the bridge? Alright, let's... I don't think it matters which one I sacrifice. Because you don't have Cabal Ritual in the deck anymore. Draw. Okay, let's... I'm only going to play one, I think. Opponent with 8 cards in hand. Another Cleansing Wildfire. 2 open mana. I'm going to see if I can bait my opponent here. I'm going to Deadly Dispute, sacrificing the treasure. See if they'll kill the Viscera Seer, and then I can Village Rites. They did not. Alright, I'm still going to Village Rites. Okay. We have not found our Zubera quite yet. I'm going to play this out. Let's Village Rites again. Jeez. So I'm over a third of the way through my deck, and I have not found a Transmute spell or the Zubera itself. That's a boarding party. They have a Packmate, and I'll take 6. Alright. Draw. Wow. Alright. So game 1 did not go super well for us. I would keep that hand all over again too. It's just our draws didn't give us what we needed. So we're going to take 6, or I'm sorry, 9 here going to 6. So I'm dead to double Lightning Bolt or Galvanic Blast plus Bolt. They have 8 cards, so I'm pretty sure I'm dead. That's another Packmate. You got it. Bolt 1. And Bolt 2. Lovely. Alright, so we saw 22 cards that game and never found it. And there's the shred memory I needed. That's sort of a bummer. That was our game to lose. Like, I felt pretty far ahead that entire time. So I think we want the Echoing Truth and maybe the second Ember-Fist. Think you can shave like one of each of these, maybe? I'll shave one in a Village Rites. Let's try that. Alright, chance for redemption. I'm going to mulligan this time. Better. Okay. Hand's pretty good. Keep, and we'll bottom the Culling the Weak. I actually want to shuffle the Culling the Weak back in because ideally that would have been like a really good 7. And I do need mana, but having a Sacrifice Outlet plus Deadly Dispute I think is just a little bit more valuable. Alright, pass the turn. Land 2 for the opponent. Cleansing Wildfire. Sure thing. Draw. Supernatural Stamina. So we'll transmute here, go get the Zubera. Pass the turn. Tap land, 3 open mana. Draw. Let's play the Floating Dream. They have Pyroblast. Okay. Play the Viscera Seer. So they could try to kill this in response, but I have the stamina. It's also turn 4, and I've not drawn a land yet, but I think I'm supposed to just hold open the stamina to protect the Zubera. Alright, they chose not to cast whatever 1-drop they had. Okay, 6 open mana. And another Zubera. Let's go to combat. I think I'm just going to pass here. They attempt to cast down the Seer. Let's try to Supernatural Stamina the Zubera. We'll sacrifice here. I want to put the draw trigger on the stack, so that way this comes back. We'll sacrifice the Floating Dream again, so now we'll draw 4 cards. Wow, we're getting double removal spell? This thing didn't even matter. Deadly Disputed away. So we're going to draw 6 here. Sure. And now we get a scry. Put that right on top. We know that they have an Ancient Grudge that can destroy this. Sure. I think we just discard a Petal. I don't think I'm going to win next turn, so we might as well keep the spare land. 3 mana here. 4 mana for the Monarch creature. Draw. Another Floating Dream. I think I'm just going to pass. I want to be able to Deadly Dispute it away. And if I play out the other Floating Dream, it just leaves me a little bit weak to removal. And I don't want to open myself up. Okay, now we'll Deadly Dispute again. Actually, I don't want to auto-yield there. Those are lands. They hit land 6. Are we going to see a boarding party? Looks like it. All aboard. They hit a Gav Blast, so I'm going to take a bunch of damage this turn. And we get a window to potentially try to win. So we're going to take 11 down to 8, and we got to do it. Draw. Shred Memory. Start on Dark Ritual. Play the Floating Dream. And then we'll sacrifice it to the Deadly Dispute. This is going to draw 3. Alright, so drawing a whole bunch of lands was not ideal. We'll unearth back a Floating Dream. So this is going to be a draw 2. Okay, that wasn't terrible. We'll unearth the Floating Dream again. Village Rites. Okay, draw 2 more. And unfortunately, we're bottlenecked on mana. So I can transmute for another Floating Dream, but I can't, like, I can Village Rite it away, but that's about it. I knew that this was a possibility, that I would draw a whole bunch of Supernatural Staminas after burning a bunch of Unearths. And they have lethal on board. So bottlenecked on mana and flooded on lands. You guys don't have a choice here, unfortunately. Transmute. So I can Echoing Truth to buy a turn, assuming that they don't have a bunch of burn in their hand. I could Exhume back a Floating Dream and then immediately sacrifice it, but I'd have to draw the one of Lotus Petal. I think it's actually better to get Floating-Dream here because I can actually cast Exhume off black mana. Alright, so we have to get incredibly lucky here and peel the Lotus Petal plus a bunch of mana. Alright, let's Village Rites. I think it's a draw 6. And that's not going to be good enough. What a bummer. Okay, we are 0-1. If you haven't joined them already, I would recommend opening up our description down below and joining our 7 social media networks. They're each great in their own way, but I would strongly suggest joining our Discord server. In there, you will find others just like you looking to improve their Storm game and grow as a combo community. If you're a member of our YouTube channel, you should sync your account to Discord to unlock our private member section that has the latest and greatest deck lists, concepts, and much, much more. Let's get back to comboing out. A chance at redemption in the second match. Once again, we are on the play. I don't think we can keep this. Nope to that. Jeez. Okay. Keep. We'll bottom the Unearth and one of the Undying effects. Evolving Wilds. We'll grab an island and pass. Bridge. Let's hope the Zubera lives. Ooh. Attack. I'm gonna draw 3. So many Viscera Seers. Pass the turn. I could have just played a Seer there and passed the turn, but I was worried about them potentially killing the Floating-Dream if I passed. Draw. Alright, pass the turn. You got it. Do the affinity thing. Draw. Alright, Deadly Dispute will draw 2. Make a treasure. Am I getting spell pierced? Rebuked. Okay. That's a bummer. Thoughtcast. They have 5 cards in hand. I'm so far behind this game. Munitions is tough on the Seers. Draw. They have 8 damage in play. Could just be dead. They sack 1, untap. So I'm dead if they have a Galvanic Blast in hand. So I think I'm supposed to just try to do something here. Let's Village Rites. Bring back the Floating-Dream. Deadly Dispute. Draw 3. They have another. Okay. We're dead. Oh, I can't. Yeah, you got it. Brutal. That was rough. I don't even know if I'm supposed to board here. I think I'm just going to resubmit. Why not? On the play. Sure. It's fine enough. Dismal Backwater, pass the turn. Draw. I think I'm willing to trade a Lotus Petal as a time lock here. Go get the Floating-Dream, pass. Silver Ridge, Bluff, whatever words. Alright, so I want to play the island here because that way I can hold up Village Rites to draw 3. That's a bummer. Not going to use the... I guess I could play the Unearth, but it feels like a wasted resource. Blood Fountain. Draw. Go get a basic Swamp out of the deck and we will Exhume. Or, I'm sorry, Unearth. This keeps on happening to me. I could have played out the Lotus Petal there. Ah, jeez. That's my own fault. I just like wasn't even thinking about this after getting crushed by it in the first game. And they have Spellbomb. Jeez Louise. Draw. Alright, pass. Deadly Dispute. Sacrifice the Seer. Bottom. Okay. And another Blood Fountain. Get in there. Reckoner's Bargain. Gurmag Angler. Yeah. Let's try this Undying Malice, see if this works. They're going to blast, and we will Village Rites in response. Okay. We have to make them use the Spellbomb, so we might as well just play the Unearth. Yep. So they have 3 cards. I'm just going to go get another one here. Transmute. That's the turn. They use a blood token. And another blood token. 3 cards still in hand. Chrome Star. Ouch, I go to 16. Draw. Play the Zubera. They have 1 card. I'm doing this to save mana. I could be burned, but I just have to take the risk at this point because they have 7 power in play. I can't afford to take forever. Cycling the Chrome Star for another one. 3 cards in hand. I'll take 7. I'm at 9. 2 cards left. Draw. Let's Village Rites. Draw 3. Great. These games are not going well for me. Deadly Dispute, sacking the Petal. That'll do. That brutal. 0 and 2. Playing your favorite combo deck in Pauper just got so much easier with the Epic Storm Mini Token Pack. You can pick one up at theepicstorm.com/shop for $13. It includes 64 double-sided mini tokens. That's 128 tokens total. And they include 10 black, 10 blue, 10 red, 5 green, 5 white, 3 colorless, 20 storm counters. That means that you can count your way all the way up to 20 for Grape Shot, everyone's favorite Stormwind condition, a Galvanic Relay Exile Indicator, 4 treasure tokens for Strike It Rich, and then 10 monk tokens for our vintage friends. It also has Slime Time Live, Ave Progenitor Ooze tokens with the power and toughness already built in to make playing in Pauper so much easier. No fumbling around with dice. We've got you covered. Make sure to go grab those if you're playing Modern. And then Squirrels versus Goblins, Chatterstorm versus Empty the Warrens, the Battle of the Ages. You definitely need 20 Squirrel tokens and 20 Goblin tokens. You're going to love this mini token pack, I promise. And once again, you can grab that at theepicstorm.com/shop. Match 3 on the play. I'd like to get a win. Let's see if we can do that. Alright, so we don't have a blue source, but I think the rest of this hand is fine. Swamp Pass. Okay, draw. Pass the turn again. 2 mana for a Seeker of the Way. Draw. Move to pass the turn, words, things. So currently my plan is we either draw like a Lotus Petal or something, or I just go to discard this Floating-Dream Zubera, and then unearth it. So that way I get around the blue mana requirement. Meanwhile, we're going to take a bunch of damage to the face off the Seeker of the Way. Taking 3, we'll go to 17. They go up to 23. Draw. Okay, Floating Dream down. Thicker Wellspring. And another Glinthawk. Lightning Bolt my face. Okay, I go to 14 and they attack for 6. I'll be at 8. It's go time, now or never. We have to do 27. Dark Ritual. Unearth, picking up the Floating-Dream Zubera. Let's Deadly Dispute and draw 3. Okay. Wilds is not what we want here. Let's unearth the Zubera again. Sacrifice this. We'll do Supernatural Stamina. And then Culling the Weak. Okay. So now we have 4 mana. Let's Village Rites. Draw some cards. 2 mana floating. Okay. Just trying to figure this out. I think I'm supposed to Exhume. Alright. And then Culling the Weak. Beautiful. That was great. So now we'll make blue mana, Floating Dream, Deadly Dispute, sacrificing the Floating Dream, get that treasure, Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual. Okay. So now we'll unearth a Floating Dream, Undying Malice, Culling the Weak, do another one of these, and sacrifice it, why not? Keep that on top. Alright, I think we're at the point where we can actually win a game. Sacrifice for red, we'll play this Zubera. Ooh, it gives you a thing now. It didn't used to do this. So it says 7 Zubera died this turn. That is new. I like that. I'm looking... I think I'm supposed to sacrifice the Floating Dream. See if I can find some supernatural effects or whatever they're called. Undying effects. 7 cards left. Alright, I know that there's one on top. There we go. Okay, so this dies. Oh, I stacked her wrong. It's fine. So we'll cast another one of these. Target them. So now it returns. Target it again. And sacrifice again. So this should be lethal. Okay. We did it. We won a game. Are you proud? I'm proud. We actually won one. Okay. Let's see if we can get a post-sport game. I think we want this and the Flaring Pain. Flaring Pain stops something like Prismatic Strands, and the Echoing Truth answers Graveyard Hate. I think we actually want the extra Ember-Fist as well. Alright, so we have 3 cards coming in. What goes out? Honestly, in my opinion, the flex spot of the deck is Village Rites. Oh, my opponent had enough. A victory's a victory. I'll take it. We are now 1-2. Hey, you're still watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you're looking to make a purchase from Card Hoarder, TCG Player, or Amazon and are looking to support us, you can open up our description down below, and in there you will find our affiliate links. Those same links are found on the homepage of the Epic Storm. But that's not all. We've included a Card Hoarder button on our website that will load the Epic Storm in your Card Hoarder cart to make life simple for you. Match 4, we're on the draw this time. We do not have access to Floating Dream. We don't even have 2 lands. Pretty easy mulligan. This is fine. We'll keep in. We'll bottom a Culling the Weak. Let's go. Opponent plays a forest and 2 elf. Alright, so they're Bogles. Draw. And now let's play out the Seer. Utopia Sprawl. And another Sprawl. 1 green floating. Abundant Growth. Pretty sure we just take this. I don't know why they made that attack. Did they think that I wouldn't block? Alright, they had a second one. Makes a little bit more sense. Draw. Picked up another Seer. Let's go get our, whatever it's called here. Floating-Dream Zubera. They have 3 cards in hand. Abundant Growth. Another Abundant Growth. 2 cards now. Abundant Growth number 4. Cartouche. Alright, well, I'm dead next turn to an Ancestral Mask or whatever it's called. I think I'm supposed to just pass here. I mean, if they have the mask, they have the mask, but I think it's really risky to just jam for no reason. Like, I'm not going to win off 1 Zubera trigger. Alright, they have 2 cards. A Ledgewalker and a land. We'll take 4. I could sacrifice and scry my upkeep. I think I'll just draw. Alright, let's burn the Dark Ritual. Deadly Dispute. Get rid of the Seer. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Undying Malice. Play the Seer. Culling the Weak. I think I'm just going to let this one go. Alright, so now we Undying Malice. Alright, so now stack this. Returns. Let's make some more mana here. Alright, tons of mana. Scry. Keep that on top, I guess. I guess I'm shuffling, so it doesn't even matter. Dark Ritual. Shred Memory. Grab another Floating Dream. Play it. Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal. Undying Malice. My opponent conceding? They are. Okay. Good deal. I think we just want to be the best combo deck we can, so I'm going to resubmit with no changes. We don't have access to the Zubera. Otherwise, this hand's actually pretty good. I think we should go to 6. Alright, so once again, we don't have access, but I don't think I'm going to win too many games at 5 with this deck because Zubera Storm is just super resource intensive, so every mulligan you take is just backbreaking. So I think we just have to accept that we'll need to hit a few good draws. Play the backwater, pass the turn. Abundant Growth. They missed their land drop. We'll take 1 back down to 20. Draw. Undying Malice. Play the Viscera Seer. Ooh. They got me on the F6 there. Okay, that's my own fault. I could have had a free scry out of that. That is my own fault. Okay. Draw. And now I can't Deadly Dispute. Rancor. Yeah, that's 9 damage coming in. I have to draw it here. No dice. Okay, we're going to game 3. It was my own fault. I could have sacrificed. I just shouldn't have done that. My next card would have been a Supernatural Stamina. Bummer. Okay. Do I want to rest then? Maybe board out like 2 village rites and one of these. Let's try this out. I would love to be on the play. Thank you. I think we can do better. This hand sucks. Going to 5. Yikes. Double village rights on the bottom. This hand's super slow. I don't feel confident in this hand. Pass the turn. Yep. Draw. I think we grab the island here, and I will play the Viscera Seer. Not hitting the F6 key this time. Utopia Sprawl. Spirited Companion. Not going to block. And this time they didn't attack, so they learned their lesson. Alright, let's Deadly Dispute. There we go, that was pretty good. Pass. They have 4 cards in hand. Still 4 cards in hand. There's the mask, and I'm taking 10 down to 11. Okay. 3 cards. I think I'm So if I block here, I'm exactly dead. This sucks. So I go to 1. Right? Oh, I guess I'm exactly dead. That's weird. This was 13. This has a 2 bot, so that's exactly a lot. Oh, never mind. I forgot. No, that's wrong. That is okay. I can't count. That is exactly 0. That is correct. I mean, probably trust the system built on math there. So I guess my play just didn't matter. We're now 1-3. Let's see if I can at least get 50 play points back. If you're looking for more great Magic the Gathering content, definitely check out the Eternal Glory podcast. It is myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Coval and Phil Gallagher. We primarily discuss Legacy. That said, a lot of what we talk about transcends all formats. We're available on all major podcast platforms. Round 5, we are on the play. Really, really like to get this W. Unfortunately, not a keep. Sure. Think we get rid of Dark Ritual, maybe? Backwater, pass the turn. Okay, maybe Familiars? I'm not sure. Play out the Bloodthrown Vampire, pass the turn. Preordain. Okay. Draw. I'm going to Supernatural Stamina here. Attack for 3. Get in there. And then Village Rites. I shouldn't auto-yield to that. Okay, pass the turn. So now next turn we can Shred Memory for the Floating-Dream Zubera. 3 mana. You have a Drifter. Draw. Shred Memory. Get in there for 1. Another Radiant Fountain. And Archaeomancer. Sure. Draw. Play the Zubera. Attack, see if they'll block. Pass the turn. So we know that they have Preordain in hand. Journey to Nowhere. What are you going to target? The Bloodthrown Vampire. We'll sacrifice it to itself. Okay. They did not replay the preordain. That's interesting. Let's attempt to bring back the vampire. That's the turn. So they probably have like Prohibit in hand based on how they tapped last turn, but I'm not entirely sure. 2 mana. For another Journey to Nowhere. Alright, we're going to Deadly Dispute this away. Spell Pierce. You got me. Draw. Alright, I'm going to draw 3. Play the Vizier and another Vizier, I think, or Viscera Seer. I'm sorry, not Vizier. Pass the turn. So they're just going to pass with 5 mana open. A little odd. If that's the case, I'm just going to transmute since they can't counterspell it. Pass. No need to play into their counterspells. Ephemerate on the Archaeomancer. So now they get the rebound. And now they'll usually get back the Ephemerate here. Cast Preordain. So we know that they have Ephemerate for Spell Pierce in hand. 7 cards. Angelic Renewal. Draw. Let's try the Zubera. And I think I'm going to try casting Ember-Fist. So the reason I want to play Ember-Fist here is that next turn I can start by sacrificing the Ember-Fist to draw more cards. We know that they have Ephemerate. Yep, same cycle. Surprise, surprise. And now the Ephemerate comes back. Sure thing. And this is not Familiars, by the way. It's just like Azorius Sacrifice. A little bit different of a deck. A lot of the same cards, but not quite the same. Preordain. A few of the big differences here. So, typically, Familiars doesn't play Journey to Nowhere. That was a sign. They definitely don't play Angelic Renewal. And this is the key card in the Sacrifice deck, the Soul of Migration. So, Familiars and this deck both play Archaeomancer Ephemerate. But I think you could also tell by the mana base, we haven't seen any Azorius Chancery, but instead they have Radiant Fountains. Okay. So we have to be able to beat Ephemerate into Spell Pierce here. Draw. Okay, so now let's give the Zubera Undying. Dispel. Sure, let's try it again. Double main deck Dispel, huh? Pretty obnoxious. Let's keep going. Sacrifice. So now it returns. Sacrifice. Now let's sacrifice one of these to itself, so that way we can get a little bit better card quality. I don't think I want a Lotus Petal. Draw. Sure. Draw. Yes, definitely want that. Alright, so they're going to take some damage here, and then we get to Scry. We still want this on top. Dark Ritual. Because we're bottlenecked on mana, I don't know if I want to make that play. So instead, bring back this Unearth. Floating-Dream. Let's Village Rites. Draw. Okay. Mana is not the worst. The island here is actually a little bit awkward. Trying to figure out the best way to do this. Why can't we just draw a swamp in there instead of that island? Alright, so I'm going to unearth the Floating-Dream. I don't think I'm going to play the island, at least not yet. I'm just going to immediately sacrifice it, hoping that we just draw a swamp out of these cards. We did not, but another Dark Ritual is fine. So we stopped the whole bottleneck issue. Return the Floating-Dream. Play the Viscera Seer. We have 19 cards left. Give this Undying. Sacrifice. And sacrifice. Draw almost the rest of the deck. Okay, 5 cards. Sure, put that on top. Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual. Lotus Petal. Exhume to bring back the Ember-Fist Zubera. And from here, it's just going to be cake. Target this. Sacrifice it. Target them. With the damage ability on the stack, we will keep on giving this Undying and shooting them. Target them. Comes back. Is that the last Undying effect? I mean, this will be lethal. It's fine. And then auto yield through the rest of the turn. Looks like our opponent's conceding. Alright. Nope, not a concession, just Magic Online lag. Alright, one more game to go. That's what we're looking to do here. I think we definitely want the Ashen Skin Zubera. Probably Duress, too. I think we can afford to get rid of these Village Rites. Yeah, let's board in the extra Ember-Fist as well. I think I'm going to shave a Viscera Seer in a matchup where our opponent's deck doesn't have a whole lot of removal. Solid. Cove and they're passing. Draw. Let's go grab a swamp. Pass back. Cycling Ash Barrens. Preordain. 2 cards in the bottom with the Preordain. Go grab our island for this Floating-Dream. And I'm going to Duress now while they're tapped out. Very macabre. It's not very nice. Okay. So they played an island. Let's play another Floating-Dream. Just past the turn. Radiant Fountain. What am I seeing wrong here? They haven't played the Plains. Double Ephemerate Fairy. How do they have 4 cards? Draw. Get in. Pass. 4 cards left. And they hit the Muldrifter. Definitely in a bad spot here with these Ephemerates. And here's the nice part of this deck is they just got to draw 4, and now they have 2 more Ephemerates in hand to keep on creating card advantage. Draw. Duress. Jeez. I must have misclicked. I don't know how I'd have 2 planes. Oh, one of them was the Ash Barrens. I just solved it. I'm a dummy. Ignore me. Pretty sure I'm out of this game. This deck just can't beat a Fairy Macabre. Pass. So now they get to ephemerate and draw 2 more cards, roughly infinite cards in hand. This is a Soul Migration plus ephemerate? Looks like it. You got it. So they have Spell Pierce or Dispel up at the moment. Dark Ritual. Let's attempt the Undying Malice and see if this resolves. It doesn't matter because they have the fairy, but I need to get them to burn this fairy if I'm going to win. Alright, we ate the Dispel that we didn't care about. Let's cast Supernatural Stamina. This pretty much just means that they have to use the fairy. Alright, Deadly Dispute. So they have to do it now if they want to use the fairy. And if they decide to sit on the fairy, well, they didn't. But they don't know that I have 2 of the win condition, so that could have been a window for us. But instead I'll draw 3. That could have been worse. So... I mean, it's going to hurt if they have Journey to Nowhere, if they hit my Floating-Dream. But I don't know what else I'm supposed to do, so I'm just going to play it and pass. Like, I can't just sit here not doing anything. So they draw 2. I'll take 6. They have 8 cards in hand. Archaeomancer. Getting Ephemerate. Draw. Yikes. Okay. Pass the turn. Here's the Ephemerate again. Yeah, we're just buried. Yep. They've probably found another Fairy Macabre by now, too. On top of all their counter spells. Alright, I'm not winning that. See if we can squeeze out game 3 somehow. Resubmit. I mean, the Ashen-Skin Zubera is really the only card we have in the entire deck that could possibly be a Fairy Macabre, and it would require us using a bunch of Zubera in order to even get to it. Sure. Alright, Evolving Wild, Sacrifice, grab the island and pass. Tranquil Cove. Play the Vampire. Alright, they gain 2. Ashen-Skin Zubera. This is the discard Zubera. Get in for 1. My best draw is like, I'm hoping here that they go like Land of Oak Muldrifter. And then we would draw like Dark Ritual and I could just discard their hand. That would be best case scenario. Draw. Well, I drew Dark Ritual. Let's attempt to cast it. They fear the ritual. Okay. Get in there. They're at 24. And there's the Drifter. It was so close to what I needed to happen happening. So they're going to draw a whole bunch of cards here. They're at 7 cards in hand. Draw. Okay. Let's give this Undying. Sacrifice. So they'll discard half their hand here. Okay. They do have the Ephemerate coming back next turn, so they will be recuperating some of this card advantage. Sack for 5. Yep, so they're already back at 5 cards plus their draw step. They're at 6. 5 cards in hand. Soul Migration. Do you have another Ephemerate? No. Okay. I don't know what that was. Okay, I'm not live streaming. I will need to fix that. Sorry about that. So strange. I promise you, I am just recording this. Yeah, definitely have to fix that. Okay. I have 4 cards. Alright, I think I have to start on sacrificing the vampire. If this is a dispel, it's gonna cripple me. Okay, so we'll return the vampire. And then we will... They can get back their soul migration. I honestly don't care about that a whole lot. I don't feel like this game is about them beating me down. And then we will Undying Malice here. Spell Pierce. We'll pay. Alright, so we will clear out the rest of their hand. That said, we only have 1 Deadly Dispute, so it's not even like we're doing that well. We're definitely behind. Sure. Like, we don't have Floating-Dream, and they do have some power on the board, even though I don't think that's really what this is about. 14. Wrong Zubera. Let's just cast the Deadly Dispute. Rough. So they drew a land. I think we're just dead. We're almost a third of the way through our deck, and we never found the key combo piece in our deck. Even when I kept a hand that was heavy in interaction. And we're dead on board. So I went 1-4. So this is not the first time I've tried to record Zubera Storm in the last like month or so. I'm pretty sure I'm just off the deck. Like, enjoy this video. I mean, you probably didn't. I just lost a whole bunch. But I think this was my last Zubera Storm video for some time. I'm tired of losing play points trying to record it. And honestly, I just don't know how good the deck is. So I'm sorry, Zubera Storm fans. I think I'm on a hiatus. That's all I've got. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And keep storming. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.